take part in the radio stations here. You have to take part in outside activity. I understand you're gearing up to do a lot of high school sports over the next few months. That's great, because there's probably a bigger need for local sports people, because that's one of the things that has survived in local broadcasting. If you come out of here with only one skill, you've missed the boat. And there's still great radio to listen to in Chicago, too. Listen to the people who are on the air. Figure out which ones you like the best, why you like them the best, what makes them so good. I'm not saying go out and copy them, but use that as a starting point for what you want to be as a broadcaster. There are no guarantees in this business, and you better be ready for that uncertainty. Okay? Yeah, I aspired by listening to some of the best, and also some people who were not necessarily the best technical broadcasters, but had the idea of what to do as a broadcaster down pat. Be personal and yet not veer off on tangents so you bore the rest of the audience. That's some of the best broadcasting you'll hear in terms of talk radio. Building a national brand is something only a handful of people can do, though. You can't count on being one of those handful of people. But what you can try and do is be the best at what you can be, so if you're given that shot, you can go and you can grab it. Be as versatile as you can be and learn how to do everything. You may not want to know how to cover the city council. You may just want to know stats and how to put them on the air. But it's important for you to know both, because you have to get past to get to the fourth or fifth rung in broadcasting, you have to get past the first and second rungs. Soak it all up and get as much practice as you can, because the only way you're ever going to become good enough to be like your hero is to practice. Make the mistakes now. You've got a great opportunity here at Illinois Center for Broadcasting, because you've got 3 radio stations. You've got the ability to go out and do TVs and remotes and stuff like that. Hey, you too have to learn on the job, and that's very important. What does anybody want to do? And you're going to have competition at every level. Every level. You finish up your studies here and you go out into the real world, you're going to find yourself competing for any job that's out there. And it's a rare job that you won't face competition in. You have to take part in any shift that you can run here, any shift that you can pull here on those radio stations, grab it. You want to be part of a high school sports crew, go out and do it. You want to be able to go out to Cantini. I understand you did something out there with a concert a couple months back. Be part of that crew. Learn everything behind the scenes as well as in front of the camera and in front of the microphone. Because you don't know what the next job is going to be. It may not be exactly what you want, but if you take that job, it may give you the experience you need to get to one that you do want. Don't be crushed if the first 5, 10, or 20 tapes and resumes go nowhere. Everybody who's in charge has a slightly different idea of what they like. You may not have been right for the first 20, but you may be perfect for number 21. So don't be discouraged. Keep making those tapes and keep sending them out. It's 2013, the days of a letter that you just send out to everybody, or a tape that you just send out to everybody, or a resume that you just send out to everybody without customizing it is over. Job file, which lists news and sports jobs. Unfortunately, not a lot in terms of the disc jockey stuff, but it lists news and sports jobs in about a 14-state area. Radio, television, online. Also a smattering of public relations jobs and journalism education jobs. But you can get this without having to become a member by going to the Illinois News Broadcasters Association website, www.inba.net. And just click on Job File, and it will take you there. And one of the nicest things is that Job File can be sent to you by a free subscription. We don't charge for job file. I've never charged for it. It's my belief that the last person who deserves to be charged is the person who's looking to get into broadcasting and needs a job. The internship you really need is the one where you're going to have hands-on. So that may require you to go someplace smaller. It may require you to make a financial sacrifice because you're an intern, you're not getting paid in all likelihood, and you're going to have to find a place to live for 3 months that's not at home. But it's worth it, because if you can do that and you can be assured that you're going to get on the air, that you're going to be able to get over that fright, get over that uncertainty, be able to hone your craft, be able to polish your act, it's worth it, because people are going to see what you've done here, and they're going to say, that's great. Can I know that you're going to be able to meet deadlines? Can I know that you're going to be entertaining to the audience? Can I know that you're going to get your facts straight? Can you write concisely? Do you know current events? In news, that means one thing, and it generally means being up on what's happening locally, nationally, internationally. But if you're in a music format and you're going to be hosting a show, if you're the DJ, they're going to want you to know what's going on in that genre of music. And never assume that a job is yours. Never assume that you've mastered your craft. I'm still learning. I'm 61 years old. And the day I've decided I've learned everything is the day that I have decided it's time to retire. You want to constantly update that, and you want to keep the old examples. You don't want to get rid of them completely. You don't want to keep them in your tape, but you want to keep them around. And here's the reason why you want to keep them around. You want to be able to go back in 3 months and 6 months and 9 months and listen to what you were doing then, listen to what you're doing now, and figure out if you're progressing or regressing. In 2013, you have to be prepared to do everything. And you are in a place where you can get all of that experience, and you can get it as, I don't know if you can get as much as you want necessarily or at any time that you want necessarily, but you have to take it upon yourself to get out there and be in the podcast, be on the sports and news stations, pull a music shift, take part in high school athletics coverage, anything else that the school has to offer, because here you can make your mistakes. When you get to the real world, they'll tolerate it on a limited basis if you're an internship. But once you're a full-fledged professional, you've got to stand and perform, and you've got to do it on a daily basis. A lot of people are out there competing against you. A lot of them are very good people. You've got to be better. In 2013, you've got to be the best. And so take every possible advantage you have here at Illinois Center for Broadcasting. And who knows, one of these days maybe I'll see you in the street.